Alright. So,
Much better.
as we're trying again with the correct title, hi everyone, I say before I make sure that we're streaming everywhere. We are. Okay, we're good. Hi everyone, welcome to World War Weeb, a comedy of errors apparently, and we're here to ask you just one question. Why don't you look 500? I think I nailed it. I think we're going with that take. I think we're good this time.
Okay.
So today I am your host Josh, and here's my other host Orphan. Say hi, Orphan.
Hello there.
Creepy. All right, and today our guest is Bagels, or as he goes on my server, things I don't feel like reading without my glasses on.
It's Udachi. It's Udachi on
Oh,
the
okay.
server.
Well,
Yeah.
hello there, Bagels. Do you
Hi.
know what we're talking about today?
Yes, I do know what we're talking about today. We are talking about anime characters that don't look their age.
Isn't that always fun?
Yes, yes, it is. It's always fun when they introduce a character and, you don't know if you can loot it yet, and then they say, hey, you can. It also works for ships, too.
Of
The
course, very
classic.
important.
Well, they're not blood related, which is a potential topic for discussion.
Well, that's. I'm instantly uncomfortable.
Yes.
Well, anyway, so yeah, this can often go one of two ways, but usually one way. For some reason, a lot of people in Japan don't seem to be able to make people look very old sometimes. They often look like 12, 13, if that.
That's true.
Although there are a few that I've managed to find that actually look older than they are. So,
Yeah.
who wants to start us off?
Um, I think we should start off with a reasonable number in terms of like their actual age. So, how about Tsunade Senju from Naruto?
Okay.
Tsunade, alright. Well, starting off strong, aren't we? Let me take a look. I mean, there's also a narrative reason why she looks so much younger than she is.
Yes. Yes, there actually is. Well, kind of, not really. It's not really. It has no actual importance to the story on whether she looks her actual age or not.
They just wanted some service in there, I think.
Well, they wanted some service. Let me pull up the display capture here. They wanted some fan service, and they certainly got it with her.
Well, yeah, fan service. I guess it also makes people feel less bad about their well, what they're looking for, so to say. So I guess we should probably mention how old she actually looks visually,
Yeah,
which
so she looks. Oh, sorry,
I
go ahead.
personally think she looks like she's in her 20s.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same.
Yeah, I'd say late 20s or so.
I mean, you can judge
Yeah,
for yourselves at home. I mean, that's a very young looking face, but not a teenage face for sure.
Hmm.
yes. And then, her actual age, I don't know if you know it. Do you know her actual
It's like
age?
60 or something like that.
Isn't it like 42? No, 50 something maybe?
Close, actually, Orphan, you're the closest. It's actually 51. She's 51 years old.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
So she's
Yeah.
not even really that old in terms of like anime too.
True.
Just when she lets the jutsu go, she looks like she's like in her fucking,
Yeah,
what,
that was actually
80s?
something when I was researching it, is that it's actually strange. I guess for her it kind of makes sense that she would try and make herself look like her late 20s, because despite her being 51 years old, her apparently actual physical appearance is has the wrinkles of a 70-year-old.
Hmm.
So, or so they say.
Well, let me take a look and see if we can find. Because here she's beaten and battered, and she doesn't. She's, I think, released the jutsu in this picture here, but I want to see.
I've never seen her with like wrinkles that say she's like 70 years old. So I don't know where they got that from, but I
I guess
suppose
that's
it's possible.
people's perspective, but I mean, you can tell, at least from this picture, that she does have some clear wrinkles and some gaunt and almost saggy skin.
Yes, that's true.
But I mean, I would still argue that it serves somewhat of a narrative purpose because it's part of her characterization. One, looking young, and two, it kind of pulls in the idea of storing uh, energy in a singular place. In this case, the little dot that she has.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's a pretty strong start, I must say. Someone
Yeah.
who like it's explain it, at the very least it's explained why she looks that way. Another one like the one we have in our thumbnail is also explained, but it's a little less little well
It's a little less covered.
yeah.
They kind of say it, get it out of the way, and then like don't talk about it for like the rest of the series.
Alrighty, well
I mean, in the context of it, I guess we should
that's
probably talk about them.
that actually brings up something else. Now that I think about it, I was just realizing. So we know what Tsunade looks like when she's old and when she's young. Do you think Sakura would do that? Like now that she has Tsunade's technique, do you think Sakura, when she's older, will do that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Does
Sakura's
she seem that
weird and
vain?
stupid.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sakura's vain.
like,
Come on.
Zaxter
I
says
watch
Jiraiya was
very,
best waifu.
very, I watch very little of Boruto, but I don't think she looks that bad. They might kill her off before she has enough time to get to like 50 years old.
That's
Well, I
true.
mean, Sakura
Because in
is useless enough for
Boruto,
them to kill off.
they
So.
gotta progress the story.
Hmm.
I mean, you know what, Zaxter? You're absolutely right. Look at this beautiful man. He is the best waifu.
Dude, Jiraiya is waifu for waifu.
I know, right? Is the absolute best. The pinnacle of all waifudom. And also, he
Actually,
very clearly looks like he's in his 20s.
no. You could see he actually awakened his late game main character status as as displayed with his white hair.
I mean, that's fair. He did always have white hair, so it's a little hard to figure out when he becomes old. That's the trick, is get white hair, and then suddenly no one knows you're old.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually very true.
Anyway, do we have anything else to say about Tsunade? Because I feel like there's
Um,
some real kickers in our lists.
no, I can't really think of anything else to say about Tsunade.
Well, since I know we're gonna have a lot of characters who look younger than they actually are, have either of you ever heard of Eisaku Noguchi
Isaku no
from
Gucci. No, I have
March
not.
Comes in Like a Lion?
Oh.
No, I have not.
Let me see if I can pull up some images. So, he's technically 15, and you should see a
Technically.
picture come up on the stream.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. This warms my heart because if I was not in ROTC when I was in high school and it wasn't required for me to shave, I literally grew facial hair so quickly that I could have been this guy. So like this actually happens. Like people, even with the
Yeah.
clean shave and all that, people mistook me for someone in my 20s when I was 15 and 16. So I totally get this, but it's still hilarious to see just like a business professional guy with glasses and a mustache and a slicked
Hey,
back hair.
You know, yeah, you know what's the funny part though? He's actually like owning it too because he's wearing a suit and
Hmm.
tie to school.
Oh, absolutely. Like he
Yeah.
knows how he looks and he's just like, yes, absolutely kneel before me.
Zaxter says, "What a god."
I know, right? What an absolute deity. Look at
Kneel
this
to
deity
your
right here.
kneel to your emperor.
Look to your emperor and bow before him.
So, yeah, let me just double check. So he's technically the, I want to say, president of one of the science clubs. I think it's it's chemistry club. So as president of the chemistry club, he definitely takes his role seriously. I think that's why he's in a suit. I actually haven't seen much of the anime, but it is on my list. I've seen a few scenes of it. Uh, it looks absolutely fantastic.
Oh wow.
Uh,
13 King, I also refused to shave when in high school. I liked having a bit of a beard.
But I mean, if you look at it,
yeah.
they all look kind of old.
Oh yeah, back at the group picture. Kinda. I mean, especially with him being the same height as the rest of them, and them all
Yeah,
being in the lab coats and everything like that.
yeah. It actually kind of looks like they're all just doctors or
Yeah.
something.
But I think if he was just a little bit taller than they were, and they didn't have the lab coats, or he was dressed differently enough, I can definitely see how he would look so much older than them.
Yeah, like he's the actual teacher in that class.
Yeah. Well, except I mean the teacher's right over on the left side. Fortunately
Yeah.
for contrast.
Yes, that's true.
Otherwise it'd be very very confusing.
Yeah, it's a good thing he's actually a little bit shorter than the teacher too.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Hmm.
But why don't we try moving on to someone who's a little bit more popular? Because I just kind of pulled
yeah.
that one out because I really enjoyed his mustache. I mean, who wouldn't?
That is at the very least. You know, this is just the very least. Grading wise, that's like an A mustache.
That's a good
I'd,
mustache.
I'd
Yeah.
agree. Yeah. Nice handlebars.
Oh,
Excellent
I've got
execution.
someone. I've got someone who we might be able to talk about. Mika Sensei from Doki Doki School X.
What was the name again?
Mika Sensei. Mika.
Mika Sensei.
And I'm connecting again. I
Oh, jeez.
2 seconds.
From Doki Doki School Hours.
Is it the? Wait, hang on.
It's
It...
the really short lolly with brown hair and
What
green eyes.
am I looking at? What is this?
That's hold on,
What?
hold on. That's 27 years old.
Yeah, it's
That's
a weird fucking anime.
okay. So on the one hand, I had a teacher who was about 24 years old, like just out of high school. She was a math teacher. It was during my freshman year. She was already like shorter than me, but very clearly an adult. Whereas
Yes.
this,
The students are bigger than
I
her while
know.
they're
Yep.
I'm
sitting
trying to
down in the desk.
look at this. Look at this.
It's actually interesting as well because that's one of the points that actually comes up during the anime. Is like she hates it. She hates the fact that she's looking like that. They're not like treating it as in like a good light. It's like how the hell does she actually make this work? At some points,
I
so
wish
it's
all
actually
of these
somewhat
pictures
interesting.
weren't so small so they'd show up better on the stream.
Yeah. Oh, Chris is talking about Hunter x Hunter. That actually reminds me. Oh, what's that girl's name from Hunter x Hunter? The lolly that gets
Bisky?
turns into Bisky.
Oh yeah, yeah,
She's a good example too.
yeah. Bisky. Although Leorio's a really, I'm gonna go. Let's just go on a Hunter x Hunter
Leorio?
binge for a second. We'll start with
Yeah.
Leorio because goddamn, if you want to talk about people who look older than they actually are, it is called out in the anime though, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the fourth wall breaking there with that.
Oh yeah. Well, it's less fourth wall breaking. It's more lamp shading.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. For people who aren't familiar with the term lamp shading, it's short for to hang a lampshade on it, which is a phrase that means to point something out to show to show your audience that you know about something. For example, you know it's super convenient, or you know it looks weird, or you know this is strange, or you know it's a cliche. So if you point it out, all of a sudden it makes it better, or supposedly makes it better anyway. But yeah, he's like he looks like he's in his late 20s, early 30s, but he's 18.
Yeah.
Like he's 18 when we first meet him.
Yeah, wow.
He I don't know. I personally think it's the like sideburns they're on the side of his face.
Yeah, that
That plus the glasses definitely makes it, you know?
yeah, the type of I think what mostly gives it away is the type of glasses he has. And then I
Oh
guess
yeah.
also clothing.
Yeah, he's always in a suit, but that's cuz he wants to be a doctor
Yeah.
and he always looks professional and he likes money and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Like
But
it all fits, but
yeah. I'd say for sure though, it's definitely those glasses because
oh
those are
yeah.
kind of like the glasses you'd see
Yeah.
on like a grandpa or something, except his are like
Hmm.
sunglasses. It's the only difference.
Oh yeah, yeah. They also just rest really far down his face, so like they're doing absolutely nothing.
Well, I mean, if you look at the pictures, he's never actually like looking through the glasses.
Yeah, they're just
He's
kind of
always
there.
looking above them.
It's like, I got these because they look cool, but I can't see a damn thing.
Exactly. But hey, that's just called dedication to the craft. Right
Well,
there.
okay. How do you spell Bisky, by the way?
Um. Oh, I've I've never actually thought of that. Hold on. B
I'm gonna
I
try
S.
Bisky. Close enough, I
I
guess.
think it's I think it's Bisqu.
Oh, it's
No, that'll be Bisque. No, no.
Oh, here we
people
go.
just.
I'm sorry, but her buff form just gets me every time.
It's
She
funny
has
as
two
fuck.
settings. She has two settings. She has the lolly setting and then she has JoJo setting.
No,
Oh,
I'd say Loli and then Kenshiro.
yeah. Just oh hey from that to omae wa mo shindeiru.
Ohio.
Yeah. Whoa. Hold on.
Nani?
Dude, her neck is freaking huge.
Dude,
And
she
her
she
buff.
looks like Neckman. Remember with the guy with the thick ass neck was a meme a couple years ago.
Yeah, I actually remember that meme. That's
This is anime version of that.
and then you think about it, the anime did it first because this thing came out in like what,
That's true.
2011?
Well, the 2011 version came out in
Yeah,
2011. The first,
yeah, and
but I
the
mean, like,
1999
I
one.
think Bisky was a character in the manga before, like far before 2011.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the original anime was in 1999, so the
Something like
manga
that, yeah.
had to been before that.
Like, how old is she?
Oh yeah, that's right. She's probably like in her 20s, I would say, right?
No. Because remember, she knew his dad too.
Yeah, she's older than that.
Like, I'm
She's
pretty
like,
sure she's in like her
Oh
40s or
wait,
50s.
she's 57
57. There we go. Yeah. So,
in her.
thanks,
Dang,
anime. This is 57 years old.
dang.
Right? I think
Um,
the anime that really got ages right was Hunter x Hunter.
yeah, yeah, definitely. 110% right there.
Absolutely. 450%.
You got Liario and then Bisky.
Do they have anyone else who didn't look their age? Well, I mean, what's his name?
Gene Freaks didn't look his age.
Meruem didn't look his age. Meruem was like 3 weeks old.
Yeah, but they're like
Okay, well, but
Bavarian.
he was like, he's not even human. He's like an insect or something like
That's the
that.
joke. Yeah, he's an ant.
Yeah. I guess you could also lump Killua and Gon in the same boat too, because they do mostly because of how janky they are. They look pretty young
Yeah, it's
compared
true,
to
because
what they
they're,
are.
what, teenagers, right?
I think they should be. I don't remember.
I thought they were like
I know they're
13,
like
14, something like that.
yeah,
I think so, yeah.
14, 15 years. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But they look, I mean, they're kind of in the background of that picture of Bisky, but want something better here. Let's see. Here's a good
That
picture.
that's Gon and Killua finding out that Bisky's 57 years old.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Gon and
Like
Killua, like in this picture, like they straight up look like they're like 10. Like they look like Ash Ketchum's age.
except Ash is like 52
Dude,
already.
Ash is immortal. You know what? Let's talk about this. Hang on. No, hang on. I'm pulling up pictures of
Yeah,
Ash Ketchum.
I
Let's
think it
talk
was
about this
Matt.
for a second.
Yeah. I think Matt Pat from Game Theory, or well, he did it on Film Theory. He actually calculated Ash's age, and it should be like 45, 47, or something like that. And he's still running around with these 10-year-old girls. And only, of all of them, only like Misty and Brock can age.
Oh, right. Just a quick aside. Chris asked about Jing's friend. I think he's talking about Kite, the guy with the silver hair. Yeah, he was also
Oh,
like
yeah.
20 something, and like I guess it was
Yeah.
probably the white hair didn't look right. Made
Yeah,
him
but
look
then
older.
you also think about it now that we know Bisky's age.
Yeah,
That dude's half the age of her.
Yeah,
and
but
Wow.
wait, didn't Kite have really long hair though? You can kind of tell he'd been around for a while because of the length of his hair.
yeah,
It takes a while to grow that shit.
Yeah.
it's just hard to tell with a lot of these characters. But like I get the marketing reason why Ash doesn't age, but like at some point we need to
At,
figure out,
at some point, they should just go the Boruto route. Give him a kid.
right?
But now they have the problem. It's like he's been 10 years old for like 40 years, and
Oh,
now it's like which girl does he grow up with? In that sense.
well, like I kind of like the joke from Pokemon Bridged. There
Yeah.
there was this one episode where it's like a flash forward to the future, and they're reminiscing about the past, and he's like, and Ash said something about like, oh, we're still 10. Ash, it's the future. We're still 10.
Oh boy.
It's like he's just in denial of aging.
Oh my. I love abridged series. They are great.
Yeah, if you haven't seen, I I lost it. If you haven't seen Pokemon Bridge, definitely
Poker
go
Bridge.
watch it. Poker Bridge, yeah.
In fact, if you haven't seen an abridged series for any anime that you enjoyed, you're doing yourself a
I mean, at
disservice.
this point, I don't see how we could possibly get people on our stream without having seen stuff like that. Because I feel like we're a lot more niche than abridged series are.
Yeah, that's true. But
Uh,
I'll watch you guys.
Tommy ZT on D Live asks thoughts on Haikyuu. I personally don't have any because I haven't seen Haikyuu.
Haikyuu. Which
Hmm.
one is that again?
I think it's one of the basketball ones, isn't it? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's the basketball one. Okay, so I don't know if he was here earlier, but when I said, get on your knees and before your emperor, that was what I was referencing because
Oh, okay.
I watched Nux Taku, and that was one of the flexes he was talking about.
I haven't seen his latest Flex video, so you've spoiled
Yeah.
it for me. How dare you?
I didn't really spoil it though,
That's fair. Dude,
because
Nux
remember
Haku has such great humor.
has yeah, dude, he's awesome. I love how he doesn't care about the algorithm. He just does what he does.
He does what he wants.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't know. For Haikyuu, they all look like teenagers to me. Like a standard anime teenager. Are they supposed to be like in middle school or something?
I don't I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a high school. Oh, I guess it was like yeah, exactly that guy who said it. I forgot. I don't know his name because I never watched Haikyuu. Basically, he was like shorter than everybody, and then he did that. I don't want to spoil too much of it though,
Okay.
because that is one of the good moments of it apparently, even though I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Well, I
So I
guess
don't want to
we'll
talk
keep
about
it
it too
hanging
much.
and say that there's a possibility that there's one we missed in here. Ooh, you
Yes.
gotta go watch the anime to find out. If only we were sponsored by them.
Oh no!
Check out check out the link in the description. Oh wait, you don't see one? Well, subscribe so then we can get a link.
I've got another one that looks that's really weird. Have any of you guys ever heard of Dance of a Vampire Bund before?
No, I have not.
Well, there's a character in that anime and manga called Mina Tepesh. As always, a vampire.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
you know what Japan does to vampires?
Turns them into
Yeah.
lolly girls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check out Mina Tepesh.
Well, I mean, some of the
Really?
pictures I'm pulling up here aren't like they're not full on lolly. Definitely like looks in her teens, like maybe 15, 16. How old is she supposed to be?
Mina Tepesh.
Well,
Let me
she's a
see.
vampire, so I'm gonna guess like 400, 500 range.
Yeah, kind of like
Or,
Shinobu.
or or this might be the
Oh,
standout one. It's probably like 700 to 800.
well, no. Guesses right now. Like the whole thing is based on like Vlad Tepesh and that mythos. So I
Well, yeah,
think they're like
Vlad Tepes
19.
of is it
Um,
Wallachia or Wallachia? I want to say Wallachia.
yeah.
I think it's Valakia. Valakia.
Wallachia? Oh, right,
I
Kia.
think so.
Yeah, Wallachia.
Yeah.
Vlad
Speaking
Tepes of
of
Wallachia.
speaking of Tepes, by the way, because I think this is actually a perfect moment to talk about one of the characters I I actually marked down for this. Cruel Teps from anime called Seraph of the End. It's a bit of a rare one that people talk about because nobody talks about it. I think it was a great show. I want to
Seraph
say.
of the end of which now?
Seraph of the End,
Yeah,
Which
which
place?
character?
yeah. It's the Cruel Teps. Basically it's basically the same character actually, And looking at that Mina Teps, they are basically the same character except their hair is different color.
I mean, yeah, actually, like one is pink and one is blonde,
Yeah,
both of which
yeah.
are like obsessed over by
Vampires? Yes.
a lot of people in Japan. Like, there's this huge fetish with blonde hair and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I know for a fact that her age is 1,200 years. Because of course,
well, that apparently makes her older than Mina Tepes because the age I'm getting for her is 400 plus.
400 plus. Okay.
Yeah,
I like how they just add the plus.
just
Like
like it's
you already,
probably more, but we
it's
don't
already.
ask a lady's age.
Yeah, we don't ask, so it's probably a low ball, 400 just to make her feel better about herself. But they're basically the same character.
They
I
pretty much
actually
are, yeah.
that's awesome. Actually, I like that. It's kind of a cool thing.
Well, what about the Otaku Waifu Supreme? Not the ultimate waifu, but the Otaku Waifu Supreme. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Shinobu?
Kanata.
Kanata who?
Kanata Izumi from Lucky Star?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like the
Oh,
Otaku Waifu.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. See, I
can't everyone in Lucky Star be considered to be under this trip as well?
I mean, yeah, I mean, just kind of the art
yeah,
style
that's
is very
true.
cutesy. Because
Yeah.
Kanata is 18.
Yeah.
Well, 17 or 18. One of those. But, like, basically almost of age, if not of age.
Hmm.
And look at those goddamn lolly eyes. Ginormous eyeballs that take up her entire face. But unlike Mermaid Melody, it doesn't look like a horrendous atrocity of humankind.
And then if you look as well, the eyes are so big they overlap the hair.
Oh yeah.
They
I,
go over her hair. That's
hmm.
like I wish my eyes could do that.
What a quote in this one. Is this little cuz you're just a perverted pedo old geek. Like, oh.
Oh, that hurts so that hurts so real.
I don't trust the image search King style for looking up high school DxD at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I'm not
the
going to
thing is
trust that
though,
during the stream.
they all look somewhat. They all kind of look past the fucking. It's weird. Anime's weird when it comes to this shit.
It really
It,
is.
it's either they look like little kids or they look like adults. And in the case of
Yes.
DxD, they kind of have a more adult look, but
Yes. But they
Let's
that's
in
see.
because
D in
it's
DxD
basically a
they
hentai at that point.
act.
So
Yeah, but I mean DxD they all look so well their personalities are just so teenager like that
Yeah.
you can't
mm,
think of them as adults.
yeah. Also, in that regard, you could talk about Testament of Ye Sister Devil as well. Another one that's weird, but not getting into that one because that's basically hentai as it is.
Oof.
Or school days.
Fucking
Oh
school
no.
days, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no. I'm just gonna have a whole episode of another series I'm coming out
Oh
with
my,
on school days
oh
at
my
some
God.
point.
Oh boy.
Someone just
Um
mentioned one of my favorite animes, Medaka Box. God damn.
Yeah, I was just about to look that up. So Chris, once again, back here with the great comments. Medaka Kurokami from Medaka Box is supposed to be 15.
oh
Oh
yeah.
goodness, that's very developed.
Also a great anime actually. If you're like into some action, watch Medaka Box. It's actually really fucking good.
I'll have to put it on my list, but yeah, I mean with the angular, because
But you see the question with a character like Medaka,
mm-hmm.
is it illegal or is it not illegal? Because, physical says yes, their logic says no. I'm gonna say their logic because, like, there's no world is that a 15-year-old.
Well, once again, just like going back to the beginning of this stream, I definitely looked like I was in my 20s when I was 15 or 16.
Mhm.
Yes, but that's
So,
because of well, that would be helped by facial hair though.
no, but remember, um, I was completely clean shaven because I had to
Oh
be
yeah,
for ROTC.
yes.
I was continuously told I looked like I was in my mid 20s. So, believe it or not,
Were
this
you
kind of stuff
tall?
does happen.
Yeah, I
Also, I
guess.
was kind of short. I was a short ass little wiener until I was like in like 9 or 10 in high school. I was a shorty. Like I was Edward Elric short. So,
I'm still a shorty, so
but I still had facial hair. It was weird. I was like, so I
I mean, did anyone say that you looked younger than you actually were?
some people when I shaved, yeah, but with facial hair, I was like, yeah, that's kind of why I tend to have a beard to this day.
Yeah.
ah. Oh, here,
Yeah.
I got a fun one for you guys. Also a kind of a non-mainstream anime. It got a little bit of steam, but then I guess it just kind of died out. I didn't see very many people talk about it. But Myriad Colors Phantom World, the main antagonist Enigma is the name. And basically she's a phantom which that was created artificially by humans.
Okay.
And so she was created recently before she broke out because of all the torture, and it is stated in the anime and in the manga that she broke out because she got mad that they were basically abusing her sexually and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So technically, in the time span that they created her, she's under a year old or so. At the very least, she's under 10 years old
Yeah.
in terms of age. But then if you look at her, she did not look anywhere near that age
Well,
at all.
right, because, again, artificially created. Definitely looks like
Yes.
an adult. Like early 20s, maybe?
Yes. I do love her ability though. Her ability is to steal people's abilities, but she can only do that if she kisses them. French style.
Well, there goes an idea I had. I was like, wouldn't that be neat if, like, you could take powers from someone else, but you have to kiss them, and then it gets awkward and funny? But I guess someone else thought of that because I can think of nothing original.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna bring that up, we might as well bring up Cell.
Cell. Oh.
So I'm looking up Perfect Cell because it is the only form in which you should know him. And of course, this is absolutely perfect.
Oh, oh.
You okay there, buddy?
I I found this sketch. It does not look good. I, I
Well,
there was an attempt,
was there though?
perhaps.
So, do you remember how old Cell is during the Cell saga in Dragon Ball Z?
No, I did not watch Dragon Ball actually.
He
I do not
was
remember.
about 6 years old.
6 years old.
Does that look like the face of a 6-year-old to you?
Yes, yes, it does. Why, of course it does. Just like Shinobu looks like a 600-year-old. Clearly showing their age.
Oh god, now I'm just thinking of that one scene. Cell, did you blow up South Galaxy? There's a South Galaxy? Forget I said anything. No.
You know what the funny part would be? Is if you didn't know they actually blew up the South Galaxy. He's just blowing up galaxies and doesn't know which one
Oh
to
yeah,
pick.
it's like, oh, I didn't even realize there was another galaxy. I thought it was this one. Which explains why Earth is still here.
Ooh, what a shame. If it were to be destroyed. Nice planet you got there, Goku.
Back in the
Just body
Discord,
improvement.
actually near the beginning of the stream,
Yes.
there was a very interesting meme that was
Oh, Shadow
posted.
Harpoon.
Yeah, Shadow Harpoon gives a
Yeah,
very
I've been
interesting meme.
I've been looking at that. I love that one.
But yeah, it does bring up Senko from a very recent anime, Helpful Fox Senko-san,
Yep.
Oh god.
because she's also in the hundreds of years old. And
Yeah, 800 to be exact.
yep,
Wow. Wow, what a Wait, what's the terminology? Because normally females don't just say their age like that, you know?
what a forward-thinking young lady.
Yeah, look how young she is. She's
Yeah,
still
I mean,
200
just
from she's 200 years from being 1,000.
what I love though is it's not really like there's kind of innuendo undertones in places, but for the most part, especially the longer you watch the anime, her character is so wholesome. Like it's not doing this for a specifically like sexual nature,
Yeah.
which is nice. It's a nice change of pace for some things in Japan.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a really, really wholesome anime. Helpful Fox Senko-san. She just wants to help the guy, and the guy is like, you know what? Maybe it's okay if she helps me. And the raunchiest they ever get is, oh, can I pet your tail? And he pets her tail. She gets really embarrassed, and he's like,
Hold
tail.
on. Okay, hold on. So you're saying he pet her tail. They didn't hold hands at all, right? Because
No,
hand holding is bad.
unprotected hand holding is tantamount to copulation.
Yeah, yeah, I know. You gotta wear that latex glove. Keep yourself safe, everyone.
Practice safe hand holding.
Don't
Uh,
want to get PC principal into this mess.
preferably get the Lysol ones. They're extra clean.
Oh no. No, I'm just thinking of what if you rub your eyes afterwards and there's still Lysol on your hands? You
Oh
would
no.
make no, that's the wrong face because that's when her tail is being pet. That's trying to find I don't know. I was trying to find an angry face.
Oh, I know what face you'd make. Um, just search up defeated Vegeta. And look at the images. Yeah, yeah, that's the face you'd make.
My face when I lose my tail.
Oh god, Chibi. With
Oh
Chibi
man.
from Sailor Moon. God damn it. Yeah, she's like 926. Thank you for mentioning that, Saber. That's a good example, too. God damn it.
Oh yeah, I did not know until I actually researched it because I didn't want to research one of my childhood waifu.
Mm-hmm.
Sailor Jupiter is like in her 30s.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
God, it's been so long since I've seen anything Sailor Moon related.
That's one of the things I was surprised about because isn't like Sailor Moon in her like
Yeah, Sailor Moon's
teens?
either a middle schooler or a high schooler. I forget. I think middle schooler.
I think
Yeah.
it's
And,
middle school,
and
yeah.
then Sailor Jupiter is freaking like a teacher or something.
But they look almost the same age, especially when they're
Yeah.
transformed.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
crazy. I didn't even realize that. I mean that makes all of my teenage fantasies about her a little bit weird, but
Yeah.
also less weird. if
In a
that makes
sense,
sense. Yeah,
yeah.
Mm.
depending on how you look at it.
It just gives me more fuel for I shouldn't mention it.
Don't you dare, Bagels.
We already
Now,
know where I was
I
going
didn't
with
I
that.
didn't make you promise, but I might have to make you promise to be good
You
for the
will
rest of
not
the
know this.
stream. Because I don't know, whoever's watching, I don't know if you remember some of our earlier streams, but he was one of the first people to really start commenting a lot on our earlier streams. And boy, do his comments get crazy.
Yes, yes they do.
Oh
I'm
no.
pretty proud of most of them.
You got us demonetized before we were even monetized. That's how crazy they were. And then, of
I've
course,
got
Lady
you.
Saber up in here with the truth. I mean, all the Sailor Scouts are disproportionately busty for 14-year-olds. Well, for the
Hold
most
on, hold
part.
on. Let's talk about this though. Is it creepy that a 37-year-old is engaging in these borderline strange activities with these 14-year-old middle school girls, or is that just chaperoning?
Well, on the one hand,
Because
I'd
in
say
this
it's
day and
chaperoning.
age,
But on the other hand, one of my first girlfriends in high school, like, she was super busty since the age of 12. So, on the one hand, I totally get where you're coming from, Lady Saber, but on the other hand, breasts develop at different ages. I just don't think it's very okay how sexualized they were when being drawn by adult men.
Mm. Yeah, Lady Saber with another point here. Just okay, but this brings up a fair question. Sailor Moon was 14, and she still is 14. But lots of teenage boys aged and are now adults. So is it wrong to still think they're hot?
I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't think so.
well, actually, that brings up a character I really wanted to bring up like this whole time, which is Yoko from Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, I
Good.
love Yoko. Dude, have you seen her gifs?
Yes, I have.
I didn't even watch the show. I just know that she's my waifu.
Okay, so this is a picture from when she's older that I'm showing right now. Um, and so the great thing about this show is she's like 14 when the show first starts, but she looks, thanks to how busty she is and how mature she acts, like especially in comparison to Simon, who is, I think, around her same age ish. Like he's like
Yeah.
13 or something, so only like a year younger than her. But he's so much shorter and much kiddier looking. So by comparison, she looks like she's like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
But there is a 7-year time skip, so when she's like 21, and she definitely looks older. It So when you ask that question, Lady Saber, about 14 then and 14 now, well, Gurren Lagann thought about that and was like, okay, so in 7 years, when our core audience looks back on this, they can feel completely guilt free in fantasizing about Yoko, who has clearly aged.
Clearly. Clearly.
But like that's the other thing I guess, because Yoko only, I mean, the bust really doesn't help, but Yoko only looks older than 14 for the most part because there's someone else who looks younger than her but isn't really.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
only by comparison that she looks like an adult.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, on the topic of is it wrong? I don't think it is because like honestly, the only anime that's actually like the characters basically grew up with the audience is
Mm-hmm.
Naruto. Because like a lot of the people who watched and read Naruto
Right,
have kids now,
right.
and Naruto has a kid now. Well, kids. Can you count Himawari as his kid when he's not even there for her birthday?
I I don't watch Boruto, so
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. But I
I
I
don't
love that
know who
meme.
these characters are.
It's his daughter.
Okay.
I love Nux Talk's thing. He said that it's to form Boruto into the perfect main character because no main character can have a good, decent, happy backstory.
Well, that's fair.
It's like you were like about to come up with a counter argument, and you're like, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah, pretty
Because
much.
like
It's like,
every single one is like that.
although I will say, the year Boruto came out, I was commenting about it on Facebook, and I was on my phone, and the autocorrect, without me realizing until I finished the sentence, the autocorrect corrected Boruto to abortion, and I was like, you know what?
Oh,
That's fair.
oh, ooh.
Sorry to any Boruto fans out there, but I just thought it was funny.
Hey, I have all respect for Boruto fans, but when you say it's better than Naruto, that's a no. That's a no for me. There's actually some people who say that. Can you believe that? It's
That
like they've
is
never.
absolute madness.
Yeah,
Madness, I tell you.
it's like they've never seen Madara drop his balls on the on the Allied Shinobi forces.
Let me just place my enormous testicles on the table for all to see.
Yeah, yeah. One hits the ground and they're like, "Yeah, we stopped it." He's like, "Did you forget? I got two."
And then, of course, there's the elusive third testicle.
Oh yeah. I was surprised he only dropped two.
Well, I mean, you gotta leave the fans wanting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Just like the Hashirama Madara ship.
I'm gonna pretend that was not a phrase that you uttered in my presence.
Come on, man. It's in the manga.
Yeah.
Hold on. Search it up, Hashirama and Madara manga, and you'll see it says
God.
they both basically say I'm coming, and then the other's names. It's hilarious. They totally did not think of the implication that that could have when taken out of context.
Well, and that's really on the part of the translators in at that point, because it probably, I don't think there's an equivalent to that euphemism
Yeah.
in Japanese. Like it doesn't have the same connotation.
Oh, here I got this awesome
Yeah.
GIF.
I can't find the frame that you're talking about.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna put the link in the thing. Copy link.
I'm trying maybe adding verses. I don't know.
There you go. I put the link inside the general chat,
All right.
if that helps. It's a GIF, so they added some to it, but yeah, it's basically it.
Come, Hashirama. I'm coming, Madara. Oh no, that is ooh.
Yeah,
Oh no.
and that's
Oh
canon
no.
too.
That is
That's
that is regret right there.
yeah.
Oh no.
Well,
Okay.
alrighty.
um, I think this is where we should move on.
Probably. Do we have any last entries we want to give to she's how old? Or do we just
Um,
want to go and cry in a corner while everyone enjoys the end of our stream?
well, just because I just want to put this great waifu out there. Mao from Mao Yusha. I don't know the English translation to that. My bad. What, the Demon Queen lady?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember I watched like the first episode of this. I enjoyed it, and then
Stopped watching it.
I just stopped watching it. Yeah. This is where one of the best gifs uh, ever to exist came from. Let me see if I can find plot, and then animated GIF. It's not working, but the jiggle physics in this anime is top
Oh
notch.
yeah, yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
But yeah,
Wait, what is it? What
there's
are you
this
talking?
one GIF where like it's as she's leaning over and her breasts do this weird jiggle, but it's oddly realistic. But
Oh,
someone
Reddit,
tracked plot.
Reddit oddly satisfying.
Yeah,
I posted that in one of the chats before. That was the one that said plot, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Hang on,
I
I'm gonna see
knew
if
it.
I can find it real quick.
It should be up there.
But I haven't seen the whole thing. Bagels, have you seen it?
No, I have not seen the whole thing. But, as I as I like to say, where there's a will, there's a dojin, so you don't need to see the whole thing. I'm just gonna leave that part blank.
Hang on,
Oh no, I can get the GIF. I know where the GIF is.
hang on. I just got it.
Uh,
There we go.
plot.
Well, proportionally, at the time that this came out originally, I was dating a girl who, like, had the proportionally same size breasts. And so she was
Yeah.
really excited to see the representation of what would happen if you leaned over that quickly. Like, she was just really impressed and, like, really, she really wanted to tell me why she liked this so much. And she's like, look at this. It's like me. I'm like, son of
They said, "Look at this, it's like me." That's funny. That's actually really good.
King Style is something about buffering problems. Are we?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
experiencing that a bit too.
Oh
yeah.
no,
I
have we been
downloaded the
censored?
YouTube stream.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I thought that was on my end, like, because my poor
I
internet
guess
connection.
not.
Yeah, same. I thought it was on mine too because yeah, my internet's been
I
pooped
mean,
for a
I'm in the
while.
middle of the Pacific, so
I mean,
internet's
that's
not.
true. You Hawaiian bastard.
Let me see if I can load it at a